My background picture has something to do with this video I'm about to make. Now, this is a picture of Southern Camera Repair Company in about 1963 or 4. Okay, I'll get back in front of the camera. All right. The reason for this is I want to talk about why I'm a merchant and how I got to be a merchant. I grew up in a retail environment. And I can tell you the number one concern, more than profitability or anything, was adequate cash flow. At its peak, we had about the business was supporting 4 families. And so meeting payroll was the biggest single expense each week. We also had, we were doing photo finishing, so the input cost of chemicals and paper and whatnot. And some of that had to be paid for in cash. And that wasn't was put on our tab, and our tab had to be paid from time to time. So we didn't think much about what we made on a given transaction. I mean, we knew what the things cost us, particularly on the retail camera side. We knew what that camera cost, and we did want to sell it at a profit. But I've sold many a camera with zero profit. And why would I do that? Because I want to sell the film. So selling stock options is selling something. It's a retail business. And I'm happy to say it's much more profitable than, well, let me get back to the, before the spam callers interrupted the video. So we'd sometimes sell a camera with zero profit. But we really didn't expect to make any money on the cameras. We wanted to make the money on the film and the film processing. The camera was what was called in the trade a loss leader. It's given the time and the amount of money invested in it, even if we sold it for what the invoice was that we were paid for that camera, we had other costs involved in terms of the money and the time and the number of times we showed that camera before we actually sold it. We don't with stock options. It's much better selling the contracts. Number one, the stock that becomes in play because you keep selling puts until finally they're exercised, and now you got stock. So, at any rate, for that put contract, I got some money, premium, which went into my bank immediately when the contract was sold. So, anyway, then you start selling calls, and when that call is extra, and when you sell a call or any contract, you get a premium, regardless of the outcome. So now, my point is it generates cash flow. Now here, in this case, the only person that would be drawing any money would be me. But aside from that, I've got to have enough revenue to keep selling puts. And I, of course, have to have the money on hand to pay for those puts or pay for the kind of stock if it's exercised. So I don't know any other way of of life, really. I mean, I was a computer programmer all my career, but being a merchant, that stuck with me forever. When I was 13 years old, I was doing the bookkeeping for the company. So I was all the time that I wasn't in school, I would be at the camera store working there. Okay, hopefully I made my point about retail. It's all about the cash flow. We wouldn't know if we made a profit until we counted the inventory at the end of the year and valued it to see what our cost of goods sold was. But we did make payroll. We paid the rent on the building and kept our creditors happy usually. All right, I'm going to stop it at that point. I hope you found this, if not interesting, at least amusing. What can I say? All right.